The most European city in the Western Hemisphere, Buenos Aires infuses old-world sensibilities with Latin energy and panache. Casually sophisticated cafes harbor the passions of tango and football. Avant-garde galleries sit next to colonial buildings on cool, leafy streets. Argentina's largest port and the capital, Buenos Aires, lies at the mouth of the Rio de la Plata, which separates Argentina from Uruguay. At the end of the 19th century, Buenos Aires was one of the richest cities in the world. Its agricultural bounty supported a cultural scene that rivaled London and Paris. The 20th century, though, was not so kind, with a succession of military dictatorships, followed by a spectacular economic crash. Determined to retain their cultural heritage amidst hardship, porteños, as these port city residents are known, have created a vibe that captivates all who travel here. Nothing captures the psyche of porteños as much as that seductive dance, the tango. The dance grew up in brothels and on the street corners of rough barrios, evolving into a suggestive, aggressive coupling of straight-backed macho men and swooning, leggy women. Couples act out a drama of passion, regret, sorrow, and fleeting joy. Milonga is a form of music with African roots that evolved into the tango. It's also the name for the halls where the tango is taught, practiced, and performed. The star of tango music is the bandoneon, an accordion-like instrument developed in Germany as a kind of portable organ for small churches. German immigrants brought the instrument to Argentina in the early 20th century. Extremely complex and difficult to play, the bandoneon is its own mini orchestra and a resonant underpinning to the heartfelt tango. It's hard to imagine that a few short years ago, this city was in the throes of a devastating financial crisis. In 2001, Argentina suffered hyperinflation and devaluation of the peso. It cut the country's wealth in half. Today, a stroll through modern downtown shows signs of growth and prosperity. Porteños exude casual confidence as they march toward the future with an optimism that belies their troubled past. Looking good is important in Buenos Aires. This is not a city of fashion slackers. Everyone strives to be smart, shapely, and sexy. From funky and retro to elegant and refined, porteños like to cut a good figure. And cut they do. 1 in 30 Argentines has tucked a tummy or lifted their face with plastic surgery. And more foreigners are taking plastic surgery vacations to the capital. And if you have a dog in Buenos Aires, it's the trendy imperative to have a dog walker. Technically, the walkers are licensed by the city and limited to 8 dogs, but 8 seems to be the bare minimum here. Palermo is the bohemian chic barrio. Cafe-dotted streets mingle with art galleries and boutiques. Buenos Aires has long been a center for writers, actors, and painters. Malba Fundación Costantini is a museum dedicated to modern Latin American art. This colorful, playful collection dazzles with works by Diego Rivera, Frida Kahlo, and Fernando Botero, who famously inflates his subjects. In Buenos Aires, you don't have to stop being fashionable and famous when you die. Not at least if you can get a spot here in La Recoleta Cemetery. This is where the elite are laid to rest in monumental style. The notoriously snobby elite of Buenos Aires must roll over in their graves at the thought of common-born Eva Perón not only resting here, but being La Recoleta's most famous inhabitant. Eva Duarte grew up in the countryside outside Buenos Aires. At age 15, she moved to the city to pursue fame and fortune, and eventually found her niche in radio soap operas. She caught the eye of Juan Perón, an admirer of Mussolini and a leader of a recent military coup. Eva started broadcasting propaganda for the military regime. She devoted herself to Perón and to the poor and was revered among the working class. As First Lady, Eva is credited with establishing universal health care and securing the right for women to vote. For a little snack, I'm trying out one of the city's many parrillas, or grill houses. Here, ridiculously large tender steaks are served at ridiculously low prices. We're still in the appetizer part of this lunch. In just 35 years, between 1870 and 1915, waves of immigrants increased the population of Buenos Aires sevenfold, from under 200,000 residents to more than 1.5 million. Immigrants from Genoa settled in La Boca. Tango emerged here with Italian slang as its language. It's estimated that people of Italian descent comprise more than half of the city's 12 million inhabitants. Italian cuisine now dominates the Buenos Aires culinary scene. Boca is also home to the Boca Juniors. Argentina is crazy about football, and the rivalry between the two city teams, the Boca Juniors and the River Plate, is one of the fiercest in the sport. If you support River Plate, don't wander into this Boca Juniors bar. In San Telmo, one of Buenos Aires' most picturesque barrios, tango dancers perform impromptu dances on the cobblestone streets. And colonial buildings house lively outdoor cafes. The Sunday antique market in San Telmo teems with locals and tourists hunting for treasures, from silver saddle accessories from gaucho days gone by to old telephones or modern crafts. There's jewelry and junk and bits of Argentina's past all clumped together in sunny street stalls. The San Telmo market closes with a bang. A procession of drummers appears and gathers a group of enthusiastic followers. The glories of Buenos Aires were fueled by the bounty of the Pampas, the vast grasslands to the south and west of the city. In 1537, a Spanish party of soldiers abandoned its post and left its horses and cattle behind. These few animals grew into enormous herds. And so the gaucho appeared, a nomadic horseman who rounded up cattle, owned only his horse and a knife, and cooked his meat fresh on a fire. It's not uncommon to see families with children arrive at a restaurant at midnight. On weekends, even at 3 or 4 in the morning, the city seems wide awake. Buenos Aires itself is a passionate dance, of artists and their new bold works, of dog walkers and their multiple canines, of stylish shoppers, cheerful carnivores, and rabid football fans. Porteños embrace life. Their tumultuous past apparently behind them, Porteños today live in one of the great cities of the world.